Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a project that's been dominating headlines, social media buzz, and crypto discussion boards all over the internet. Zebec Network, ticker symbol ZBCN. Disclaimer: this content is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice. Always do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Cryptocurrency markets are highly volatile and carry significant risk. If you've been anywhere near the crypto scene lately, especially on Binance Square or CoinGecko's trending page, you've probably seen Zebec's name pop up more than a few times. And if you haven't, well, let me catch you up, because this one could be a game changer. Let's start with the basics. Binance Square just posted about Zebec Network. That's a big deal. When Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange by volume, highlights a project, it's not something to ignore. The post wasn't vague praise either. It noted that ZBCN had made it to CoinGecko's top 3 gainers, ranking among the most watched coins for the final week of May. According to their data, Zebec Network's token is up over 420% in the past 30 days. Let that sink in. More than a 4-fold increase in just 1 month. In the last week alone, the coin rallied another 170%, and in the past 24 hours, it added an extra 25% to its upward journey. That kind of momentum isn't just exciting, it's electric. At the time of this recording, ZBCN's market cap is standing tall at approximately $405 million. Even more telling is the surge in trading volume, which is up 32.7%, hitting $166 million in just a single day. These are the kinds of numbers that reflect serious trader interest. It's not just retail investors taking notice. Larger players and whale wallets are beginning to circle. The buzz, the volume, the sentiment. It's all aligning in a way that suggests this is not just another pump-and-dump altcoin story. Technically speaking, if ZBCN maintains this bullish trajectory, it could break through its current resistance level at 0 ETH and potentially climb past 0.66. This would mark a significant psychological and technical milestone. However, it's important to stay grounded. Momentum doesn't last forever. Should it wane, support levels could be retested around 0.040 and 0.033. In a more aggressive sell-off, we might see dips to 0.266 or even 0.21. This duality of massive potential gains versus real retracement risk is exactly what makes crypto trading so thrilling and so treacherous. Now let's zoom out a bit. Why is everyone suddenly talking about Zebec Network? Why is it appearing in headlines on Binance Square and all over X, formerly Twitter? Simple. Hype follows performance. When a coin starts performing this well, it naturally attracts attention. But the savvy investors, those of you who are trying to be early rather than late, understand that the best time to get in is before the buzz peaks. Right now, despite the price rally, ZBCN still has a relatively low market cap, which means there could be room for much more growth. We're talking about a project that's just beginning to tap into its real potential. And I get it. Some people are going to be upset I'm even talking about this. They'll say it's too late. They'll say we're fueling a bubble. But let me be clear. Just because something's gone up doesn't mean the opportunity is over. Some people just don't like to see others win. They see ZBCN mooning, and instead of doing research or evaluating their own portfolios, they get mad at those who saw the opportunity earlier. Maybe they missed out. Maybe they're just emotionally attached to their own bags. But crypto doesn't care about your feelings, and neither does the market. What really lit a fire under this project, though, is what I saw on X. There's a wave of users saying they've swapped out of their long-held XRP positions and into ZBCN. One post straight up said, "I just sold all my XRP to buy ZBCN," and the user clarified they had been holding a significant XRP position for years. So this wasn't some random trade. It was a calculated move by someone with conviction. Another user posted that Zebec is streaming real-time finance, while XRP powers global liquidity, and that the two together could become an unstoppable force. That's a bold claim, but it's starting to resonate with a lot of people. There are even more users chiming in. One said, "Everyone is selling XRP and getting into ZBCN." and another called ZBCN the XRP of the early days. That's some serious sentiment. People are comparing this coin to XRP when it was just starting out, with similar price levels and a similar trajectory. There's a sense among many in the community that ZBCN could hit 1 cent, then 10 cents, and maybe more in the long run. And yes, people regret not getting in earlier, but that's the thing. Despite the recent run-up, many still believe it's early. Part of this enthusiasm is driven by partnerships. Zebec Network isn't just a payment tool, it's establishing real use cases in real-time payroll, decentralized finance, and B2B settlements. Collaborations with platforms like Ono Finance and stablecoins like USDY are giving the project legitimacy and technical leverage. These are not just token partnerships for PR purposes, these are integration-level collaborations, where Zebec's technology is being utilized to solve actual financial problems. Now let's talk strategy. Should you sell your XRP for ZBCN? Well, that's not a simple question. It really depends on your belief in each project and what kind of returns you're aiming for. If you think XRP is still primed to explode, then maybe hold on to it and find other ways, like sideline cash or other lower conviction assets, to get into ZBCN. But if you think ZBCN has more room to grow and more momentum behind it, then reallocating might make sense. The beautiful thing about crypto is that you don't have to choose just one. You can hold both if they align with your investment thesis. Personally, I think both XRP and ZBCN will make people money, but the difference lies in the size of the opportunity. XRP has a massive market cap and is already heavily institutionalized. That means future gains may be more limited, less of a moonshot, more of a gradual climb. ZBCN, on the other hand, is still relatively small. Smaller market cap, less mainstream coverage, and arguably more innovative features in real-time finance. So the potential returns, especially from current price levels, could be significantly higher. Of course, higher upside usually comes with higher risk, so know your risk tolerance and adjust your portfolio accordingly. Now, let's shift gears and talk current price action. As of today, Zebec Network is trading around $0.045. That's down from its recent high of $0.583. So yes, we've seen a pullback, but it's not unexpected. I mentioned in my last few videos that this kind of parabolic move had to correct at some point. Markets don't go straight up forever. A healthy retracement is often necessary for the next leg of the rally. The current market cap sits at about $359 million, and the daily volume is still holding strong, up by about 2% today, which shows that interest hasn't evaporated even during this consolidation phase. What's also worth noting is that ZBCN is pulling these kinds of numbers without a listing on Binance or Coinbase. Just imagine the kind of exposure and volume this project could experience if it were to get listed on one of these major exchanges. We've seen time and again how a major listing can catalyze a second or even third wave of bullish momentum for promising projects. With Zebec's growing ecosystem, it wouldn't be surprising if a top-tier exchange takes notice sooner rather than later. Looking at the Maxi chart, ZBCN's highest recorded price was around $0.053, though on other platforms it might have spiked even higher. The point is, it's already shown it can break past resistance zones, and that means with enough momentum, those previous highs could become future support levels. That's how bullish reversals work. If buyers step back in, we might not just revisit those levels, but possibly aim for new price discovery. So, wrapping this up, Zebec Network is more than just hype. It's a real project with a growing user base, expanding ecosystem, and actual utility in decentralized finance and payroll automation. Whether you're just discovering it now or have been following it from earlier stages, it's hard to deny that ZBCN is shaping up to be one of the most talked about and potentially lucrative plays in crypto right now. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this breakdown of Zebec helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you bullish on ZBCN? Do you see it as undervalued? Or are you holding off for more confirmation before jumping in? Let's keep the conversation going, and as always, stay safe, stay smart, and stay ahead of the curve.